Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Ladies and gentlemen, ZoWilliams Rising has returned to the Foxxhole. I want you guys to talk to me now. Tell me whatever is bothering you. If you want to get it off your chest about Rush Limbaugh. Oh, God, you know what he did? He did a couple of things this week, and it looks like Clear Channel has dropped the brother. You know, I don't know. But if you want to talk about Rush Limbaugh and what he had to say about rappers, you know, he said rappers say worse things than he said, and we call it art. I want to know what you think about that. Have you heard of this guy, Joseph Kony? There's a video going out viral about this Kony guy who, you know, kidnaps kids in Africa or whatever. And, you know, it's 30,000 kids. And now they're trying to make him famous to bring him to justice. Is it propaganda? You know, America doesn't get involved in other countries unless, you know, our interests, you know, are met. Is there gold there? I don't know. Somebody call me and tell me what you think about it. Hey, I got questions, but guess what? I'm going to get to those when I come back. It's the 100 Points of View show. Caller appreciation, 855-369-9898. The voice of reason, ZoWilliams Rising, back in the building. Tell them all Thursdays. Get to your phone lines right now and call me. You got 30 seconds or less. I'll be back in 2.2. See you in a second. Yo, ZoWilliams Rising, back in the video, back in the game. Check this out. I need you guys to call me. 855-369-9898. The 100 Points of View show. Caller appreciation Thursdays. Tell them off Thursdays. Listen. You know how I do this. I'm going to open up these phone lines really quickly. And listen, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, you got 30 seconds to say it. All right? I want you to get it off your chest. Again, we like to cover some news, you know, stories just to, you know, to lather you up a little bit. Rush Limbaugh's in the news, you know. You know, he has a very controversial radio show, and a lot of times you guys forget these personalities, these radio personalities such as myself, we say things to spark a reaction, you know. That's why these guys, you know, like say Rush Limbaugh is on 400, you know, different channels or whatever, you know, 400 markets or whatever. So, of course, he says things to get us riled up, but are you aware of what he said? You know, recently he said something, you know, about a Georgetown, you know, student, Sandra Fluke. You know, she spoke in front of Congress in support of employers providing birth control. Rush Limbaugh called her a slut and a whore. And then, you know, because he took a lot of flack for this. You know, a lot of people said he was stupid because he didn't understand the purpose of birth control. Birth control isn't just about having sex. You know, he made it seem like now we got to pay for you to have sex in college. You know, that was the angle he took. A lot of times you guys got to remember, radio personalities are taking an angle because they're catering to a specific, you know, perspective. And anybody that doesn't share that perspective might get agitated. Well, that agitation might lead somebody to calling. So maybe he's coming from that angle just to rile people up. That's his job. He's like a shock jock. So whether you hate him or love him, he kicked up a lot of dust, and I think to his detriment. Because now it seems like advertisers are pulling out. I think over 20 have pulled out, and Clear Channel has discontinued his show. But we've seen this happen before. Don Imus, listen here, nappy-headed hoes. He gets kicked off, right? And then he comes, Laura Schlesinger. Nigger. You remember she did that? And she got kicked off. But they always resurface somewhere else because their audiences are too big. What's your opinion on that? 855-369-9898. Somebody call me right now. Let me know what you got on your chest. Hey, has anybody peeped game on Bill Maher? Bill Maher ripped the Republicans for their unprecedented disrespect of President Obama. Now, we've seen all kind of monkey pictures. We've seen all type of references to the man's wife's ass, the president's wife's buttocks. We've seen all kind of stuff. We've seen people yelling out in Congress on the floor of, on the floor of the Senate. Hey, you're a liar, President. What? You remember a few years ago, and I'm going to open up the phone lines very quickly, 855-369-9898. 100 Points of View show. ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, has returned. Caller Appreciation Thursdays. Tell them off Thursdays. Whatever is bothering you, I want you to call me right now. I'm going to open up the floor and get out of your way for 30 seconds to reveal what's on your mind. Remember a few years ago, before George W. Bush was in office, right? Remember this phantom list came out about all the people that President Clinton had killed. It was floating all over the internet. Like, what I'm trying to say is there was an implied, you don't talk crazy about the president feel. Like, talking crazy about the president might get you removed. You know what I mean? But for this president, it's like, everybody is just willy-nilly talking. I mean, the most random What is your opinion on that? 855-369-9898. Tell them off Thursdays. That's the number. Again, 100 points of view. Where do those points of view come from? They come from you. It's caller appreciation. ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, has returned to the Foxhole. Sirius XM 98. The number here again is 855-369-9898. Hey, that's what Bill Maher, he brought it out. He did it on his show. I don't know if anybody listens or follows Bill Maher on HBO. It's a very heady, intellectual, highbrow kind of show, but it's funny, and, he pulls no punches, and I think it's something we should talk about tonight. Among many other things, you guys know I do a relationship show, and I like to hit people in the head with relationship questions. If you have any questions tonight, I want you to call me and let me know what's going on, and we could do this very, very quickly. So before I open up the lines, let me read a couple of questions, and we'll see how this works. True or false? Regarding moving on from a difficult relationship. Now, check this out. Just because you've moved on doesn't necessarily mean you've moved up. A lot of times people move on thinking that they're going to move up, thinking that they're going to do better. True or false? Just because you move on, does that mean you moved up? Somebody call me, 855-369-9898. You might be moving to what I call the remix. Whatever situation you didn't deal with in that relationship, you're going to get the remix version. You're still going to have to deal with it. That's what I believe, right? So here's that question again, true or false? Regarding moving on from a difficult relationship, just because you've moved on doesn't necessarily mean you've moved up. Which is easier to be married to? Your beliefs and expectations of your partner, or who your partner really is? I think a lot of times people marry their beliefs and expectations, and then when that person doesn't fulfill those beliefs and expectations, they get let down. What do you think? 855-369-9898. I got questions. What are the top 3 reasons or remedies for failed relationships and marriages? What are the top 3 reasons? Somebody call me right now at 855-369-9898. You're listening to the Foxhole. 100 points of view. ZoMetheus rising back in the building. I mean, I did all of these questions on Facebook and Twitter. What you should do is find me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. I'm at ZoWilliams. That's ZoWilliams, at ZoWilliams on Twitter. Follow me. Trust me. I hit people upside the dome with hundreds of questions. Sparks this huge conversation, and we keep it going. Follow me on my website, too, www.ZoWilliams.com. And you know I got crazy callers. The phone lines are just on fire right now. Let's keep it going. What are the top 3 reasons a woman would cheat? Now, ladies, don't get quiet. I want you to call me right now. What are your top 3 reasons for cheating? I want y'all to be honest. I want you to be open and share. And again, what are the top 3 reasons for men cheating? Do we cheat because we're bored? Do we cheat just because we can? Somebody call me right now, 855-369-9898. Come on. How many of you can really say you know who your partner is? How well do you know your partner? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so well, 10 being exceptionally well. Somebody call me right now, 855-369-9898. I got questions. Hey, I don't care what you want to talk about. You can talk about it. I just want to see who's going to step up to the plate. We got Barbara from Maryland. You're in the building. It's your time to chime. 30 seconds or less. Let's go.
I want to talk about the president because I was so proud today that he became our president. And now all this overt racism that the Republican Party and the media is showcasing is absolutely unacceptable. The day that he was brought into office and sworn into office, I was so proud to be an American. And I am ashamed that these Republicans and these racists are just coming out talking the way that they are about President Obama.
Wow. Thank you for the call, Barbara. She's in the building. Who's next? Is it Calvin from California? Holla at me.
Hey, what's going on? It's Calvin from California. I just want to talk about the president. You know, I've been deployed a couple of times. This is actually my 4th time. And you go to another country and you talk crazy about the president, you might lose a finger, you might lose a tongue, you might lose a neck. You never know. I think that, you know, we're afforded way too many opportunities here in the States. And even though that I'm a defendant of that, we're just given a little too much freedom to be loose-lipped. I think that we should be able to have some sort of affair where we can lock that all up, kind of behind closed doors, but we should definitely not allow for people to speak to our president that way.
Okay, thank you, Calvin. I appreciate the call. What about freedom of speech? We live in a country that's predicated on that rule. We get to say what we want to say, right? Right? We can't legislate people's mouths, right? But I think it's not so much a legality where we have to come in and say, you know what, it's against the law to talk crap about the president. I just think it should be about respect. How about that? 855-369-9898. Who's next? Norman. Talk to me. 30 seconds or less.
Hey, Cal.
What's happening, man?
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Hey, check this out, man. You know, truth be told, man, the game has not changed, man. Total disrespect of our president. But because of his color, freedom of speech is running wild. You couldn't talk about George Bush that way, or you be fired, or you wind up dead.
George Bush would kill you.
So it's a shame, man, how we think that the playing field is level. It's not level. Let's not kid ourselves. It is not level. And he's the best man for the job. He's the only man that's going to stand up for the underclass.
Right. Appreciate the call, man. Thank you very much, man. Hey, Mark, Detroit, what do you have to say on it?
Hey, Zo, can you hear me?
I got you, brother. Let's go.
Hey, Zo, I want to talk about that one racist judge up in Montana, man, called President Obama's mother a dog. She slept with a dog. You hear about that one last week?
Yeah. I heard about it last week. His mama slept with a dog. Go deeper.
What kind of shit is that, man?
That's how I feel, Mark. I feel the same way.
I know we got a freedom of speech and all of that, man, but the fact of the matter is, man, you know, a lot of these Republicans using that stuff, using that to hide behind a lot of that racism, you know, to hide behind a lot of that racism that they're harboring. And I just think it's a downright a shame. I mean, we got a short memory here in the United States. Just a couple of years ago, they was throwing shoes at George Bush over there in Iran or wherever he was at one time. You know what I mean?
Right. But that wasn't, and you know what? Thank you for the call, brother. You got a good point. George Bush had to go to another country to be disrespected. But then again, maybe he didn't. Because George Bush was considered openly in America the dumbest president we've ever had. And comedians killed him his whole 8-year movement. They just destroyed him. So maybe that's a form of disrespect, too. Maybe black people look too sensitive about our black president. Somebody call me if you think black people too sensitive. Huh? I'm just saying. Who pulls the race card more than black people? Somebody call me right now, 855-369-9898. Elisa, get in there. Talk to me, man. Sister.
Hi, I want to talk about relationships.
Oh, get at me. What's happening?
So you talked about how just because you move up, it doesn't mean just because you move on doesn't mean you move up.
Right.
And so I disagree with that because you have to learn from the first time. So, and personally, I moved up, so I just wanted to come in and say that. That didn't apply to me.
Okay, well, thank you, Elisa, for reaching out. And it was actually a true or false question. And the true or false question was, true or false, just because you move on doesn't necessarily mean you move up. Now, some people move up. The only way to move up is if you learned, right? And you can't learn by looking at the other person as the perpetrator. See, that's that victim stuff. And yeah, sometimes you are a victim, but typically the person who holds on to the role of victimhood is also a victimizer. They victimize themselves and they victimize the partner. And typically the person that's perpetually on some victim stuff, that's the person who never takes responsibility for what they've contributed to the relationship. I'm just saying. 855-369-9898. You agree, disagree, call me right now. Let me know what you want to do about it. Who we got on the phone right now? Tammy from Tampa? Get at me.
Hey, Tommy, I would like to speak about the 3 reasons why relationships are very slack or don't last. The first thing is when they marry or live together or connect together, whichever way it goes, the lack of money. 2, the lack of honey, which is making love, keeping everything fresh in the bed under the sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And thirdly, there is no true sense of direction of who your rib is. Many of them get the wrong rib. They just pick any rib because they're desperate to make love and not be in love.
Okay, Tammy, thank you. Make sure you don't get a short rib, get a beef rib, and then you good. I understand. Ajante from Fresno. Get at me, boy.
Yes.
What up, man?
What's good with you, sir? Man, I don't even know what the show is about tonight. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I hopped on Twitter and saw you was back on air. I don't even have Sirius in my truck, but I wanted to just come say, keep doing your thing. You touching people all over the country, all over the world. I'm glad you're back on the air, man. Wish I could still be with you.
It's all good. Hey, man, it's good to hear your voice, man.
No problem, man. I'm proud of you, man. Keep dropping knowledge.
All right, thank you, man. That was the former producer of The Voice of Reason, Ajante Pointer. Ah, man, I'm feeling good about it. Brandy, Milwaukee, it's time to chime. 30 seconds or less. Let's get busy.
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
So I wanted to talk about what you were saying about your mate, if you are with them or marry them, of what you believe they are or who they are really.
Yeah.
So I think that when you start in a relationship, it's about what you believe that they will be, the person that they will be. But by the time you marry them, you should know. So I'm engaged, and I think I know him on a scale of 1 to 10. I would say a 9. And I would never say a 10 because there's always that level where people surprise you.
Right.
They do the unexpected. So always expect the unexpected. I would never put anything past him. I'm not one of those females that say, oh, my man won't cheat on me or he won't do this, because you never know what someone might do when they're pushed in that corner.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the call, Brandy. Way to drop science on us. 30 seconds or less. 855-369-9898. Caller appreciation, open line Thursdays. I want you to talk to me. I'm going to Mario from Los Angeles. Venus.
Hello?
Okay. Talk to me, Venus.
Yeah, this is Venus, and I'm calling to touch on the subject of why women cheat. And I think the 3 reasons is, 1, lack of companionship from their mate. Secondly, maybe they developed a mental friendship with someone that then turned into physical.
Go ahead, Venus.
And I'm a little nervous. Maybe they developed
Go ahead, Venus.
and the other would be Gosh.
Venus, you've been cheating, huh? Tell me.
I done lost my thought now. I was on hold.
But tell me the truth, Venus. You've been cheating, haven't you?
I think that's basically why women would cheat. But as far as men, I think basically because opportunity might present itself. Just for variety or something different to say, look what I can do.
Right. Look what I can do.
You know.
Could you turn your radio down, Venus?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was noticing that.
Okay,
hello?
We're having a smoke out session. Venus, thank you for the
call.
No,
that was my baby. He's sick.
I appreciate the call, Venus. Thank you. You done got way more than 30 seconds. 30 seconds or less. I'm going to do one more call before we go to break. Daryl, San Jose, talk to me.
Hello. You said something earlier about us perpetuating the victim, something. I can't remember exact wording.
Right.
But there's something that happens from time to time. I live in the Bay Area, and let's say our inner cities here, a black youth commits a crime, does something, and police have to shoot him. Something happens,
Wow.
Maybe it's for whatever reason, and we jump up and yell that the police shot him down, blah 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 blah, but we ignore and we protest and cry and boo-hoo, but it's like we ignore the fact that he was committing a crime at the time he got shot or mistreated by the police. So we ignore that, and we stick to the fact, we're victims of this, of the police or crime. So, yeah, sometimes I think we get stuck in that victim, and we're holding ourselves accountable.
Right. Thank you very much for the call. That's like what Bill Cosby said about the pound cake. If you wasn't there messing around, you wouldn't be in trouble. But he caught a lot of flack for that. And, I understand the point that you're making, but especially with police brutality. Police brutality is a manifestation of police officers overstepping their authority. If the dude is handcuffed on the ground, do you have to shoot him? That's the first step. Isn't he already apprehended? So, that's the fine line. Yes, he was doing wrong, but killing him, and we don't even want to go deep. Anyway, 855-369-9898. You're listening to ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, Foxxhole Radio. We got to take a quick break. I got callers, Ron, Mario, Carlos, JT, Peaches. No, that ain't Peaches. That's Patches. Anyway, we'll be getting to y'all when we come back. Just hold on a second. We're taking a quick break. Follow me on Twitter at ZoWilliams. Email me, zo@SiriusXM.com. We'll be back at 2.2 ZoWilliams.com. I'll see you in a second. ZoMetheus Rising, ZoWilliams.com, back in the building. What's on your mind? You got 30 seconds or less to tell me about it. 30 seconds or less. I want to get as many people as we can in here. We've actually gotten over 100 callers through on a show like this before, so let's do it again. 30 seconds or less. What's on your mind? Get it off. Gas prices on your mind? What is the gas price in your city, in your town? Somebody call me right now and let me know how it's going down. Is it breaking your pockets like it's breaking mine? I had to get dropped off today. I said, just drop me off. I'll walk home. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. How much gas costs in your city? Tell me the price. Tell me the city. Let me know what's cracking. 855-369-9898. Again, what are your top 3 unrealistic relationship expectations? Like I said before, I believe that people are dating their beliefs and their expectations, and they're not really dating people. They want people to conform and change to their expectations and beliefs. So your relationship is going to fail if that person doesn't fit your idea. So what are you dating? You're interfacing with ideas. I want to date somebody who loves me for me. And if I fart, if I cuss, if I got an attitude, if I got anger issues, you love it all regardless. That's unconditional love. I think the ideas are the conditions. And that's why you can't reach the level of unconditional love, because you're interfacing through ideas and conditions. Somebody disagree. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. Open line Thursdays. What do you want to do, callers? I'm at Twitter, too. If we got some Twitter responses, I'll get at them, too. Let's get busy right now. Here's my caller right now from Memphis. Mario from Los Angeles been online. Let's go, Mario. Let's go.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Williams? want to touch on some stuff about the president.
Uh-huh.
Whether the president is brown, black, or white doesn't matter because they're always going to be puppets of the above persons. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And as far as disrespecting the president, I don't think I've heard a lot of people disrespecting Obama. Besides they're just saying that he's not a good president, but whatever. And second thing, gas prices is going crazy, and yeah, it's hurting a lot. And as far as you were talking about the relationship, I totally agree with you. You cannot, a conditional love cannot go beyond that. So whether you stick to it or not, it depends on you.
Got it, man. I appreciate it. Somebody call. Hey, wait a minute. Wait, before you leave, Mario, how much is gas in Los Angeles right now?
It is $4.60.
$4.60. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, man. Let me know what it's hitting you for. Call me right now, 855-369-9898. Before I go to the next caller, we got a Twitter response at @TheReal_KDub. Follow them regarding if blacks are too sensitive when it comes to Obama. They say, I think non-blacks are far more sensitive. Ask any GOP/Tea Party member. 855-369-9898. Patches from Texas. No, Nebraska. Talk to me.
Miss Zoe, man, you just made my day, for real. I was serious. I was listening to Joe Masters rerun and that thing, and I had to switch over and that thing, and see you was on. But my man, so you just made my day. Man, I am so glad you are back, man. For real.
Man. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
And on a relationship thing, I got a little problem with that thing. Me and the girl been off and on for like 15 years. And that thing. She says in Fargo, North Dakota, and I just moved to Rochelle. She's trying to move down with me and that thing. I mean, I wouldn't mind that thing, but she has a bad problem. She has a bad problem of like, once I come in her life and everything, she feels like she don't got to do nothing and everything. And after 15 years, that you just kind of tired of taking care of somebody that seems like they don't want nothing. Help me out, man.
Wow, that's tough, man. You're in a tough bind, but this is what we're gonna do. You guys know I'm gonna be back every Thursday, right? And what we're gonna do on these subsequent shows that are coming, we got so many topics that deal with what you're going through, man. You just got to stay with me. Next week's show is going to be bananas. I don't even want to tell you the topics that you guys know. My topics are crazy, top notch, cutting edge. Trust me, when you tune in next week, you're going to be knocked off your seat when I hit y'all in the head with these topics, man. So hang in there, and I'm going to deal with your issue next week. Somebody follow me at ZoWilliams.com and leave a comment. If you have a topic idea, leave it there, or tweet me at ZoWilliams. Let's get busy. Ron from Memphis, you're in the building. Let's go.
And to comment on Obama, it's not that I don't think black people are too sensitive about him. I think every president, when they do a job, they should be able to take a joke. I think this man that just took a job that knew he could get it, and he does it at a great pace. As far as everybody else is concerned with those other presidents, hey, they made fun of him because they made fun of themselves. This is an intelligent man, and they got nothing else to talk about him for. They can't make fun of him because he's not a funny person. His job is taken seriously every day of the week. Right. And the people need to just understand that. They can't find nothing to make fun of him about. The man, you put him on TV, he can sing, he can do whatever. He's got charisma. He's just doing a job, and you got to understand that. He's going to do it to his best ability. The rest of them, they had somewhat of an ignorance to what they were doing, especially when it came to Bush. He made himself look stupid by not actually thinking before he spoke.
Right.
This man takes his time. He analyzes what he's about to say. He's a great speechwriter, and that's what they hate. We got an intelligent black man in office, and they can't stand it.
Wow.
But they're going to have to get over it because he'll be here for another 4 years because they got nobody that can stand up to him. Go to war for what? He's just bringing us out of a war. We ain't got that kind of money to go back and jump into another. We ain't even got the people home from the last war.
Wow. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate the call, man. I appreciate it, man. That was a 90-second call. 30 seconds or less. Come on now. We got to stay within the parameters. But he did make a great point. Obama is like the Jay-Z of presidents. Let me tell you why I say that. It'd be all kind of little guys dissing Jay-Z. and he doesn't really respond. You know, he doesn't really have to. You know, it's like, I'm in the G4 flying over y'all, you know, that kind of thing. And Obama has that same kind of swag, like, really? You're talking? I don't even have to respond to you. You know, he's a very classy president, black or white. Just, he reminds me a lot of Clinton. Bill Clinton was cool, just, you know, cool breeze, but super intelligent with the little Southern charm. Like, hey, you really want me to bring it to you? You know, he's like that, you know, and I like the way he does that, you know. He doesn't let the small talk pull him into a small-minded fight. Somebody call me 855-369-9898. Carlos, you're next, 30 seconds or less. Let's go.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on the show. Hey, but I just want to tell you, the thing about relationships, especially from a man's perspective, you got to have the three things that are important is a relationship or have faith. You got to have faith. The other thing, you need to have a strong definition of what a man is and live by the unwritten rules. And the last thing, you got to respect yourself and your family. If you can't respect yourself, how are you going to cultivate a quality relationship with a wife, girlfriend, and how are you going to lead and establish a foundation for your children to follow? And that's the most important thing. And then the thing about gas prices, I just moved from Cali because the gas prices last year were too high. And now I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Gas prices about $3.50. And back to the president, he the man. He got handled his own just like any man. And I think he's smooth about it. He don't have to respond to the negatives. And that's what I got to say.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you very much. 30 seconds or less, the 100 Points of View show. Caller appreciation. It's your show. I want to hear your opinion. Let me know what's cracking with you in your town, how much gas prices. Somebody just told us in L.A. it's $4.60. That's crazy. 40 cents from $5 a gallon. JT, Louisiana, talk to me.
Day.
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How y'all doing today? Thank you for having me on the show. Man, the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand, it's not really about Obama. It's a little bit about Obama. It's that he's in office. You know, he's intelligent. He's black. They don't like that. But the whole thing is, what a lot of people are missing is, it's all about Congress. If you can control Congress and the Senate, you can control the president. It don't matter who's going to be the president. It's all about Congress. If you have the Democrats in there, it can run Democrat way. If you have the Republicans in there, it's going to run the Republicans' way. If you get a president in there that's ready to dance and do what the Tea Party and the Republicans want to do, that's their man. And what it is, Barack is not playing their games. So they have to do everything they have to do to discredit this man. And he has done everything that the past presidents haven't been able to do, and it's killing them. And it's coming to, if once they start disrespecting the president, now they have white folks out here just talking to us black people like we shit. Oh. And somebody have to stand up and say enough is enough. And it don't have to be a Republican. We have to come together as people and stand up and say enough is enough, because the government is just showing everybody else that, hey, if they disrespecting each other, why we have to respect them?
Right.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate. Hey, and you know what, JT, you hit on the point. I appreciate it. Thank you for the call. We got to move on. That's William from Charlotte. I'm looking at Clark on this. It's Charlotte. Let's go, William.
Hey, what's up, Zo? This is William. I spoke with you on Facebook about a week ago, and I'm happy to hear you back on the radio, man.
All right, thank you, brother.
Yeah, but I was going to say, I do believe that black folks are a little sensitive when it comes to Obama. And I say that because we're so distracted by Republicans and Democrats going back and forth on television, but we fail to realize is behind closed doors, when these cameras cut off, these guys play golf together, they go to restaurants together, they do all this stuff together, but we seem to think that Boehner and Obama hate each other. Boehner and Obama play golf together. I don't play golf with people who I hate.
So you think?
What I'm saying?
So let me do it this way. You think it's all a play?
It's all a play. And see, the thing is, check this out.
The Matrix.
It's the Matrix. It is the Matrix. But here's the thing. The people who are suffering the most in this country, which are black people, unemployment, our communities are in disarray. Here we are having a love fest with the government now because the face of the government is a black family now.
Wow.
If if they could have made us this pass, if they would have done this back during the civil rights movement and shut that whole thing down. You understand what I'm saying?
You're right, man. And I got to cut you off because we need to keep it at 30 seconds or less. But I appreciate what you're saying. And he's saying some real stuff. Listen, this is what I want to do. I want to take a quick break before I go to the next caller. But before I do, I'm calling for people in Detroit to call me. I want to hear from Detroit. You know why? Because I want to talk about Detroit 300. A group of men that ain't going to stand for the thuggery and killing the kids no more. If you're in Detroit and you know about Detroit 300, and if you don't know about it, I'm taking a break right now, go Google it. Go YouTube it. Do something like Detroit 300. If you're in Detroit, call me right now. I need to talk to you about Detroit 300. Let's get busy. I'll be back in 2.2. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, ZoMetheus Rising, the voice of reason, back in the building. Foxxhole Radio has returned 2012. Trust me, I'm not going to reveal anything, but a lot of new shows are coming. A lot of new shows. A lot of funny is coming. Crazy, 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 crazy programming changes. You guys are going to enjoy. It's going to be a great, great thing. Trust me. 855-369-9898. I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. Once again, tonight's topic, the 100 points of view. Those 100 points of view come from you. Whatever's on your mind, whatever's on your chest, let it off right now. You got 30 seconds or less to do so. Now, before I went to commercial break, what we talked about was the Detroit 300. You can go to their website, Detroit300.org, right? And their description of themselves is the Detroit 300 is a conglomerate of citizens, civic groups, organizations, and businesses that are band together to fight and deter crime in our residential areas. Something like a neighborhood watch, but only 10,000 times more aggressive. I saw a YouTube video of these guys doing a press conference. They said, "We're going to come get you. You keep killing the kids, we gonna come and get you." You understand? Michigan law states that if you commit a felony, I get to jump through your window. I mean, the dude was, he was pepper jacked up. So I'm just telling you, go out, do the research, check them out. If you got an opinion on that, if you're in Detroit and you know about Detroit 300, somebody call me right now. And is this a good thing to do? Somewhat of a vigilante kind of movement. Although the press conference and the video on YouTube, brother said we not vigilantes, but he did say we get to come in there and get you. That's what he said. We coming for you. That's what he said. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. Richard from Texas, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
On gas. Hi, how you doing? Gas right now is $3.56 down here in Texas right now. And about the president, I want to inform that caller a while ago when he said it's about the Congress. Mm-hmm. It's not about the Congress. The president right now is going by the UN. He's not going through the Congress. He's going around the Congress. And what this president has done, I'm African American, so I voted for him last year. I will not vote for him this year. I'm voting for Ron Paul. We better get together and get our thoughts right, because this guy right here is going to put every one of us in danger. The laws he done adapted, the laws he done brung in. Do you know about the NDAA?
Go deeper.
That's right there. That right there is a law that will get you arrested for any reason that they want to. They can throw you anywhere they want to, and they got the authorization to kill you.
Right.
People better realize what's going on right now.
Right, Richard, and thank you for the call. I appreciate what you're talking about. What he's talking about is a law that the president just signed just before the new year. And basically, it was a military law. You know, when in times of war, the military can, and especially when they're in another country, they can abduct people and hold them for questioning indefinitely. Well, now that law has been extended to American citizens. So, you know, and the president came out and said, you know, with much thought and regret, and, you know, I thought about this, but he signed that into law. I think it was December 31st, 2011. Definitely can come in, scoop you, hold you indefinitely, kind of like Guantanamo Bay. But here's the thing. This is what a lot of people don't realize. You think Ron Paul is no different from Barack Obama. Barack Obama came in as an idealist. I want to change this. I want to change that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But once he got into the system and understood, hey, figurehead, just wear the nice suit, deliver the speech. This little movement is going to continue without you. This is a lot of people don't recognize. Look at the movie 2012, right? They had the little hierarchy, you know. Listen, whenever there's a natural disaster, and you saw this in 9/11, real life, Where's the president? He's hidden somewhere in a bunker, and the vice president is hidden somewhere else 1,000 miles away in another bunker. There's something called COG, which is continuity of government. And one monkey, no pun intended, doesn't stop no show. So, yes, the president is our leader. But at the end of the day, the United States as a movement, as a government, has its agendas well in place before any particular commander-in-chief gets in there. So he might have came in with all these ideas. Ron Paul can become the president, come in with a bunch of ideas, and the movement that's already going can say, no, we're not doing that. And you're going to read this speech that we've just written for you, and you're going to sign this, and that's just what it is. Let's just stop playing games now, okay? I love Barack Obama like the next person. Great president. And if you look at the things he's accomplished or the things that have happened on his watch, Osama got caught by Obama, right? Iraqi troops out of Iraq, turning the economy around, things that are happening. And I said that they would. This dude's going to win again. Anyway, let me not do this and let me not get in your way. Mark from Nashville, it's your time to time.
Oh, how you doing?
What's happening, man?
I'm glad you're back. On the relationships while women cheat, we are in the moment where we have the biggest generation of single people being raised by single parents. They don't come from that background of husband, mother and father in the house, grandparents in their lives. So there's no moral observations. It's not there. Okay. Gas prices in Nashville, $3.20, $3.30. President Barack Obama is doing his thing. He's doing as best he can. We, as Democratic and independents who support him, we need to unite, get back, get these Republican congressmen out of Congress. Midterms are killing us because we're sitting back in our rocking chairs and only voting when it's president's time to vote.
Wow. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Ron, Mississippi, it's your time to chime. Talk to me, brother.
I just want to say, all these people who give Barack the hard time and all this, he's doing what he can while he's been in office. He's fighting Congress. He's fighting big oil because, Congress don't run the government. Big oil, big corporations are what's running our government right now.
Right.
And when that girl who said there's three things to cheating, she left out the most important one.
What's that?
Girls cheat for one reason. Because they're nasty tramps.
Whoa. Hey, Rush Limbaugh, thanks for calling in. Appreciate the call. Richard from VA, you're in the building. Let's go. Rush called in. Wow. Okay. Richard from VA, talk to me, man. Oh, that's
right. Hey, thank you, Zoe. I appreciate the opportunity. Uh-huh. Hey, President Obama is a constitutional lawyer. He was number one in his class. And I mention that because we really haven't got a chance to see everything or the best that the president can do. He's constrained by the first year. But if he gets reelected, trust me, his knowledge of Constitution and how this government runs, you'll really see what the president can do. President George Bush, when his last year, his second year, he had something what they call the executive order. Mm-hmm. President Obama did a little bit of it his first term, but wait and see until the second term. You'll see that this is the man that we've all been praying for and hoping for, and you'll see that he'll do exactly what is needed for this country. And remember, when he goes home to another lawyer, and Michelle Obama, who's the most beautiful sister that the country has been blessed to have as a first lady. And Zoe, again, thank you for the opportunity to
Hey, thank
speak
you,
out.
Ricardo. I appreciate it. And I agree and disagree. I mean, listen, President Barack Obama extended the Patriot Act, which when he was campaigning, he said he wouldn't do. And the Patriot Act is as unconstitutional as you can get. And then on top of the act that he just signed, which says any American citizen, but don't worry about it, we're not going to do this. That's what he said. Don't worry about it. We're not going to actually just arrest people for nothing. But he signed it. And he extended the Patriot Act. And everybody knows the Patriot Act is probably one of the most unconstitutional documents we can have all under the guise of so we can be safer. And everybody knew when 9/11 came, we were going to have to give up some freedoms, some personal freedoms, man. I mean, when we talk about a constitutional lawyer as the president, you would think he would protect the Constitution, not help erode it. If you agree or disagree, call me at 855-369-9898. Big Boy, Seattle, you're my last call before I go to the break. Callers, keep calling. I see you lining up. 855-369-9898, the 100 Points of View show. Caller appreciation. Tell them all Thursdays. You get to get it off your chest right now. Big Boy, Seattle, let me hear you.
Yo, man, glad to hear you back. I just want to make a few points real quick. To the caller who said he's calling for Ron Paul as a black man, you should be ashamed of yourself. He considers you an animal and a thief. You should see the notes which he's been writing for the past 2 decades. As far as Obama, I agree with you. He's a figurehead. The only difference between the Democrats and Republicans, the Democrat, he might throw you a bone. He might give us a low health care. He might give us a low break on the unemployment. These Republicans, man, I'm really scared of what they're trying to do. They're trying to make this country a theocracy where if you're not white, Christian, and straight, you're fucked.
Wow.
These black people, they need to get their mind straight. Obama, like you said, he didn't kill more people than Bush. He don't put no troops on the ground, but he got something called drones. So don't get it twisted. This country is moving in a whole different direction, and before you know it, you're going to know it.
Wow. Hey, man, thanks for the call, Big Boy. Don't necessarily agree with everything you said, but you said some real poignant things. And let me just say about Ron Paul. Ron Paul came out in a debate, and when asked, so what about people who don't work or people who are struggling or low income? The dude was like, they got to fend for themselves. That's what America is about. It's about fending for yourselves and creating your own reality. Well, so we shouldn't pay for medical insurance. We shouldn't pay for services to make sure that their quality of life is at least higher than the street. He said, nah, let them fend for themselves. We shouldn't pay for that. Even Newt Gingrich came out and said, you know what, kids, hey, man, if they're low income and uneducated, they should start learning how to be a janitor. That's what the Republicans have in store. And I'm not saying I agree with the whole political process because, listen, man, the system is what it is. There are some good points and there's some bad points, but sometimes the bad points are so bad, it's like, what are we thinking about? Somebody call me at 855-369-9898. If you want to participate, let me know. I got Twitter responses, but I can't get to them right now. I got to take a quick break. Follow me on Twitter at ZoWilliams. Follow me on Facebook. Go to my website, www.ZoWilliams.com. I'll be back in 2.200 Points of View. The points of view come from you, and I'll see you in a second. The 100 Points of View show. Caller Appreciation Thursdays. Tell them off Thursdays. What do you have on your mind? You got 30 seconds or less to just let it out, blurt it out. You got Tourette's, and I'm going to give you the stage so you can say what you want to say. Express yourself. Ladies, what are the top 3 things men do to destroy their relationships with y'all? What do we do almost unconsciously that just jacks the relationship up? Can I give you one? We don't listen to y'all. We not paying attention. After a while, it's like, huh? You say something? Listen, if it's, how can I help you? What do you need me to do? See, we don't really be listening. We be listening for the bottom line. What is it that you need? What do you want me to do? And sometimes she's like, I just want you to listen. I don't want you to do nothing. Just listen, I don't have time to just listen. Is there something I can do? If you don't need nothing, this is bothering me. 855-369-9898. Ladies, call me and tell me what the top 3 things are that we do that just kills off our relationships with you. Call me right now, 855-369-9898, 100 Points of View. I got some Twitter responses. What do we have here? At TJones0321 regarding Detroit 300. At least someone is trying to do something. It's a murder here every other day. Just sad. Now we have kidnappings and rapes too. Detroit is on fire. If you're from Detroit, call me. Let me know what's happening with Detroit 300. If there's a Detroit 300 member out there that's getting down with the get down, call me right now. 855-369-9898. I need to hear from you. It's crazy how we doing it. I still got a stack of Twitters. I can't get to them right now, but I will, I promise. 855-369-9898. And let me hit that question again. What are the top 3 things men do that destroys their relationship? And men, let's flip it backwards. What are the top 3 things that women do Should I mention nagging? Should I? Somebody call me right now, 855-369-9898. Daniel, New Mexico, 30 seconds. Tell me what's cracking.
What's going on, man?
I'm good, man.
And I just wanted to ease up on that subject about Barack Obama making that new law pass about, it's all right for police officers to do what they want to do with the civilians and pull them off the street. It's not right, what happened in Florida to this one 17-year-old kid that got shot up, by what's that called, the Watchers.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't right, you know what I mean? That kid was just out there on vacation, he got shot up. What's next? Martial law? You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
That's all I got to say about that subject, coming down on it.
Hey.
And I'm talking about women nagging. My wife nagging on me right now.
Hey, it's all good, man. I appreciate the call. Thanks for sharing.
Right,
Elise! Man. We have Elise on the line from Memphis. Talk to me, Elise.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? How you doing? What had happened was, who had said that?
You know what I think? One of the reasons is men forget that what it took to get her is going to take to keep her. That's my first thing. My second one is lying.
Okay.
Can't stand a lying man. Okay. And my third is cheating.
Okay. All right. Hey.
And those are my three nags.
There you go. At least that was on fire. Thanks for the call. But let me tell you, the first one is going to get all women in trouble. Turn up your radio. I'm about to drop a jewel right now. It's going to get all women in trouble, and I'll tell you why. What we're doing to get you is an act. I'm just telling you the truth. It's an act. We're an actor, and you wrote the script. That's why we sit down and say to you, tell me about yourself. No, I want to be about you. Reveal the secrets that make you tick. And I'm going to formulate my behaviors to be in alignment with your ideas. And you're going to run back and say, do you know what he did? He opened the door for me. He pushed in my chair. He paid for dinner. This is the one based off of his beliefs or based off of his behaviors. But let me tell you, a lot of men, we like to lie with our behaviors. Why? Because we don't speak well. We don't articulate our feelings well. We'd rather show you because showing you means more to you than actually understanding our philosophy for life. Uh-oh. So don't get yourselves in trouble based off of what we do. Because a lot of times what we're doing is to get you. We put ourselves in the package that you respond to. I always say this. If you're Christian, we're going to church because we know you're going to do the nasty later on. You're not even going to be thinking about what the Bible says about fornication. Oh, God. 855-369-9898. If you agree or disagree, I want you to talk to me about it. Miles, Indiana, it's your time to chime. Let's go.
Hello?
Yeah, what's happening, Miles? Let's do it.
Well, no, I'm from Minneapolis, actually, but I have two things to say. The first is about Obama. I love him to death. But do you remember a little show called That's My Bush that came out during Bush's first show? Mm-hmm. That show is ripping on him all the time.
Right.
And, I'm about pop culture, so South Park, do you see how they portray Bush in there? Obama's a baller on South Park.
Right.
And second of all, I'm going to try to keep it short for you. I just moved down to New Orleans a few months ago and just got my first tour of the 9th Ward. And there's as many murders down here as there are anywhere in the country right now. This is vicious. So got to bring some attention to the situation down here.
Right. Hey, man, appreciate the call, man. Thanks for sharing. And he's right on point. We can go to any city USA where there's an inner city, where there's a hood, and there's deaths and murders. And a lot of what and check this out. There's a film about this called I think it's called let me get the name right, but it's a group out of Chicago that did the same thing that the Detroit 300 is doing. I'm going to get the name right. I don't want to say the name just yet. I think it's called The Interpreters. And what they do is interface between the police and the community and the gangs, and they try to, prevent. It's kind of like like I said, a neighborhood watch of people that are active going after these gangs and trying to get them to stop doing what they're doing, the killings, the murders, and all of that. They got a movie called The Interpreters. You should look it up, Google it, check it out. It's kind of cold-blooded. Chauncey, Texas, talk.
About the Barack Obama thing that everybody is talking about. I think all of the politicians in general, you can't really trust none of them. But if I got to take the lesser of two evils, I'm going to go with Barack Obama. And about the things that you said about things that women do that drive us crazy, it's got to be talking during Sunday football.
Just leave it. Just don't talk to me while the game is on.
That's it.
I agree with you. Thanks for the call. Which shoe, which earring? She got on both earrings, one on one ear, one on the other. I miss my girl once. She used to do that. Have on two different shoes. Yeah, which one? It's the playoffs. Do you understand? The Niners. It's 4th down. Could you please move? I don't really care which one. You look great. Either one. Either one is fine. I mean, seriously. I know that the other one will make you taller than me, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. 855-369-9898. Lo Chile. Lochelle.
Yes,
I mean, who named you?
My mother. I'm named after my father. His name is Lloyd.
So Lloyd and then Shell.
Oh.
Are you African American?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. There's a law now that black women can't name their kids no more. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go deeper. Let's talk to me, hon. Let's go.
One of the things about men in a relationship is communication. Just not being open. And so they hold everything inside. And I like to talk, so I'm like, you need to talk back to me, let me know something's wrong. So communication and cheating is big.
I wonder why cheating is so big. And ladies, please call in. Why is cheating so big to women? Now, I was in a relationship 6.5 years, and I never cheated on her. Never. But I have cheated before. And I wonder why that hurts a woman so much. When we already know, you can get on YouTube or internet, Google monogamy, and you'll have all of these studies that say monogamy just might not even be real. The human species just can't be monogamous. I don't know. Is it a discipline thing? But why does it hurt women so much? Talk to me. 30 seconds.
Because we feel that we should be enough. We think that we're that one. And you shouldn't have to search anywhere else.
So cheating is connected to the female ego of being more than enough. Somebody call me, 855-369-9898 if you agree or disagree. Somebody better tell me something. I think it's a feminine ego thing. I should be enough. No, you're not. And I'll tell you why. Because this is what women don't understand about men. Well, certain type of men. I mean, me personally. Let me just make it personal. Me. If you're not intelligent, your booty can only go so far with me before the boredom sets in. Like, if we can't have like a real conversation about global issues, about spiritual issues, just listen, if you got the same beliefs at 26 that you had at 16, you ain't grown. I mean, your booty is only going to be so appetizing to me. That's just me. Right? But she did bring up a point about communication. I suggest women stop talking at men. How about that? But I also suggest men stop talking at women, too. As I pointed out, men listen linearly, right? What can I do for you? Like, you think because your woman is talking to you that she's requesting something of you. But I think a lot of times all she's requesting of you, and I got this from Dr. John Gray, who came to this show a couple of times. He said, just be quiet, give her 10 minutes of silence, and just listen to her. Because a lot of times a woman is just trying to figure out what she wants to say via a conversation. She'll arrive at, and that's what I meant to tell you. You know, she might just be talking about everything in her day, downloading, just getting it off, sharing. Well, listen, sharing for a woman is excellent. It raises oxytocin levels. All you got to do is be quiet and listen. She might be, just like Chris Rock said, if you can find that comedy bit, she might come in and be talking about Keisha at work and all manner of things you could care less about. But she might arrive at something that's meaningful to the relationship. And you know what? I meant to tell you about Whoop Whoop. And it ain't about you intervening. It's about you listening. I'm just saying. Somebody tell me. 855-369-9898. Who do we have? Ashton from Canada. Get at me.
How you doing?
Yes.
I just had a comment about the relationship thing, what guys hate or don't like about girls. And Michelle mentioned communication. Communication is important, but I think a lot of times with females, we know how emotional they get. Sometimes they do not use the right tone when they speak to us. It's very condescending at times. So that's why we struggle with the communication part. And as far as cheating goes, we might reach out to another female who may not be as condescending or as talkative, and we might prefer that.
Ladies, do you agree or disagree? Somebody, I need some females. Call me and say this dude's a quack. Tell me right now. Tell me right. Listen, but let me give you this. On Psychology Today. Follow me. This is a call to action. This is on Psychology Today, a website, psychologytoday.com. Go there, type in intimate terrorism, right? It's a form of domestic abuse. And in this article, written by psychologists, it says that women use their words more effectively to tear down their men than men do to women. And it's a form of violence. I always say, are women better communicators than men? Most women be like, hell yeah, we talk and we way better communicate. Okay, if that's the truth, then the potentiality of women being better verbal abusers are there too. And this article speaks to women's verbal abuse of men. And they say that women's words penetrate deeper. And is that an impetus for physical abuse? I don't know. 855-369-9898. Here we have a Twitter response here. At MillWFresh regarding 3 things women do. Lack of trust, letting friends give them weak advice, not letting a man be a man. And how many women out there listen to women that are jealous of your relationship and will be that saboteur voice in your head? If your man, dropped one Cheerio out of the box, see, this nigga he ain't worth nothing. Look at him. You can do better. What about bitter Betty giving you bad advice about your dude? We even got some mamas out there doing that, trying to get their daughters to relive their trauma, trying to regain themselves. 855-369-9898. We got so many Twitter responses. Dollar Bill from Compton. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's going on, Zo? How you doing, man?
I'm in the building, man. What's happening with you?
It's very important that I point out that you're keeping it 100. And I appreciate that. My lady today, you know what she says? Your man is only as good as your coochie is because that's what he stays there for with you. Period. He'll put up with all your shit if the loving is right. If it ain't,
that's not true.
He won't be going elsewhere. Here. Men will put up with a whole lot of stuff if that girl is hitting them right. Old Bill Withers song.
That's not true. We got a lot of women in here right now that are just like, no. And that's not true for me. I'm going to tell you.
Is that right?
It's not, brother. I'm sorry, man. My youngest child's mother, she had a vajayjay that was made of the finest Greek yogurt. It was delectable. It was a delicacy in some countries. But
so, my brother,
she was so damn crazy. I would never ever revisit her.
I don't mean to interrupt, but wars and deaths have been happening because of that with JJ for centuries.
It's true.
So how do you figure in your modern time that you are going to be outdo even people in the Bible? King Solomon had his general killed so he could have his wife. Think about things like that.
But you know what?
Those things have been going on for centuries over the JJ.
I agree with you, but let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this.
Uh-huh.
When we talk about King Solomon had 700 pieces.
Oh,
he had
yes,
700 dime pieces. And I'm going to tell
yes, he did.
I'm going to tell you now.
I'm listening.
If you can find one, just like with women, a lot of times men think, and thank you for the call, brother, I appreciate it. A lot of times men think, yeah, I put it on her. You know, I worked her, I put it down. Listen, a woman's vagina will form to whatever penis she is having. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you think you put the smash down on her don't mean that Willy Wonka, the next dude that comes through, won't put the smash down. Okay? The same thing applies to women and vice versa, man. I mean, we think we doing a good thing sexually, but somebody is always better than you sexually. And I think the real intimacy comes with who the person is. And a lot of times, if a woman is thinking in terms of, I'm going to put this on him and that'll keep him, there's no intimacy in that relationship. Because that ain't enough to keep, I'm telling you, for me, that ain't enough for me. Somebody call me right now and see if we could talk about this some more. 855-369-9898. Before I take this break, I want to hit this one Twitter. Black Ruby, @BlackRuby, regarding 3 things men do. Number 1, cheat. Number 2, lie when they get caught cheating. And number 3, cheat again after getting caught cheating and lying about that too. 855-369-9898. I'll be right back. 100 points of view, caller appreciation Thursdays. Tell them on Thursdays. I'll see you in a second. I'ma play Jason. Woo! Big Daddy Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, Zometheus Rising, the voice of reason. ZoWilliams.com. Go to the website, leave a comment, talk to me, man. Let's have fun tonight. It's been a great night. We still got callers. We still got the lines packed. Man, you know I love doing these shows, spitting out all of these topics. Whatever's on your mind, I want you to talk about it. I don't care what it is. Let's get at it. Before I go to my next caller who's sitting in here from Chicago, there's somebody named Neek the Poet regarding 3 things men do. Either you're too clingy or not enough attention, lack of ambition, and no concept of what a man is. Oh yeah, lie, cheat, and steal. Are men actually stealing, lying, and cheating like that? Women? I mean, when I put this question out on Facebook, it blew my Facebook page up. Hundreds of quotes. Somebody follow me on Facebook. I'm telling you, I do this all week long. Anyway, Pierre from Chicago, talk to me, man. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you back on the air, Zo.
Thank you, brother.
First of all, I want to make a comment about the people in Detroit. I think it's about time the brothers got together and policed their own community, because we'll sit up and let a motherfucker open up a drug house next door and notice this motherfucker doing some crime and won't do a damn thing and make it unsafe for his daughter, his mother, his auntie, his kids to walk the street. So I applaud them for that, because white folks don't give a shit. You know, They don't give a damn about your community. So if you take some time to take charge and do something about it, then that makes a difference. Now, as far as these women are concerned, ain't no 2 women alike. All of them are different. First of all, you got to have respect for one another. Second of all, you need to get to know that woman before you put your dick in that woman.
Oh, wow. I'll let you
Because
get
if
off
you
like,
don't get to know her, then you don't know what you're dealing with.
Oh, okay.
And third of all, you need to be honest with that woman. Let her know what she's dealing with. Because, men, hey, when you young and your dick get hard every time the wind change direction, you're going to want a variety of women.
All right.
Not just one.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate the call. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a porn show. Just in case you just tuned in, please, let's watch the language just a little bit. That was hardcore, but he kept it real. I ain't gonna lie. He kept it as real as you could keep it, and he told the truth. We rush into things. You know what I'm saying? We rush into things too quickly. Sometimes we just want to feel good, or maybe we want to escape a difficult moment, or, we think if we feel good, things are good. And I always tell women, people that I talk to about relationships, men and women, just because something feels good doesn't necessarily mean it is good for you. And just because something feels bad doesn't necessarily mean it isn't good for you. At Miss Davis _2U regarding 3 things men do. Women have a little, they got a rhythm going on Twitter right now. Her 3 things are lie, cheat, being lazy, no ambition. Wow. At Kayla Rose Mom regarding 3 things men do. The women are destroying the men right now. Cheat, be selfish, be too clingy. A clingy man? Really? 855-369-9898. Big Tone, Connecticut. Your time to chime. Talk to me. Big Tone.
Yeah. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, my thing is this, man. It seems like when you in a relationship and when a woman ain't doing too good and you help her out, and when she get on her foot the right way, now the man ain't shit no more. And then the second thing on that is, when a man cheats just to be getting with a woman. But when a woman cheats, that woman catching feelings. I mean, what is that about?
That's a good point. Thank you for that call. And let me just say, he hit something hard right there. This is why men have a double standard. Right? We cheat. We don't really care. We can have sex for the sake of bussing. That's it. That's all it was. It was a man who created the concept of a bust down baby. I'm just busting you down. There's nothing else here. You're just a bust down. That's it. We created that. And then we have this crazy idea where we say, well, this is my woman and she's the ice princess and she's up on a pedestal. But the rest of you can get it and get just that. Nothing else. Right? But what'll happen is that double standard come in. We would never want our ice princess to do what we did. Why? Because on an innate level, we understand that women connect intimately based on meaning. And if she actually let some other dude get in, that's because he's got some kind of quality that maybe we lack. She's having sex for quality. Like, this means something to me, and I'm going to give him some. Now, not all women, of course. There are some trollops out there that will just lather it on you just because. Right? But how many women are out there who cheated? I'm just saying, who cheated, and it felt unnatural to you to do it. You did it in response to him. Oh, so it's like that? Then I'm going to do it. And I always challenge women. Don't do something in spite of the dude and doing what he did, because you may lower who you are and you'll feel bad about it later on. Like, damn, I actually let this dude get up in me raw. 855-369-9898. At AD_the driver. Women have been hollering about men cheating all night when they are way better at it. So spare me the drama. If you ask most ladies who better at communication, who's better at cheating, women will go to their graves with massive stories. I mean, you guys are like the Navy SEALs of cheating. I mean, night vision goggles, face paint, reconnaissance bags, rubber gloves. I mean, it's all covered. And when you get back with your dude, hey, did you do anything? Oh, no, never. I only thought of you. 855-369-9898. Gene, GA, talk to me.
What's going on, man? It's amazing that you said all of that because it is absolutely true. I think one thing, that communication, it's always a double standard with men and women. Men, we have to learn how to be patient enough to listen to a woman, but women have to learn sometimes you need to say something worth listening to. And then they have to stop using sex as a doggy treat. I'll give it to you when you want me or when I've done everything that you want me to do. And you know, it's some things we did to get them, yes, but it's certain things that they did to get us. And now, if you ask for, hey, baby, can you give me a little bit of this or a little bit of that? Oh, I can't stand when you ask. You should never ask. Why? You know,
why not?
That's part of communication. I can't guess. Look, a man cannot understand everything a woman wants as a woman wanted, sexually or anything else. So what's wrong with a woman telling a man sometimes, hey, baby, can we do this? Can we do that? Nothing. Because we can't guess everything y'all women think. But the same thing, when a man says, hey, baby, can we do this or can we do that? It should not be like you just said the most disgusting thing in the world to her.
True indeed.
But she will use that sex as a doggy treat. When you do everything she wants you to do and the way she wants you to do it, then you might get the special treatment on your birthday or something like that.
Great point.
So I think that's a big issue.
I thank you for the call. Great point. Listen, I washed your car. I took out the trash. I picked up your cleanings. The rent's paid. Your cell phone bill is paid. You know, I've even made us some salmon croquettes. So check it out. I washed up at work, so I'm clean. When I get home, I would like some head. Soon as I walk in the door. Is that unrealistic? 855-369-9898. Tamika, Pennsylvania, talk to me.
Oh, my goodness. So many points were hit on tonight that I don't even know where to start. But that last one, you got me on that one. Listen, let me just start by saying a couple of things. The first thing is you are absolutely right. Women are excellent at communication. It's a known fact that women have way more verbal skills than men. That's been studied and proven. So, yes, while we have verbal, men have the advantage of because they realize that we tie sex and relationships to our emotions. So y'all have the whole advantage of being emotionally expressed by cheating. So you have to look at it from more sides. And the question of why does it hurt when we cheat? When somebody gives you your all, it's not about ego. You've invested. Now, if you invested your money in something and you lost all of it for no reason, you would feel some sort of way. Well, look at it from that point of view. A woman puts her all into a man and he turns around and goes to the next woman. Well, now you feel some sort of way. You have to really look at what you're doing. And yes, lazy, ambitious, no ambition men, yes, that's a huge, huge, huge turn off for women because if I'm out here grinding and hustling, you need to be on your grind and hustle too. If I'm up doing it at 6 a.m., I don't want to see you on the PlayStation till 4 in the morning and then you sleep until 1 o'clock in the afternoon while I'm grinding and hustling. That's not a good look.
Great point. Appreciate the call. Thank you. Who's next? Lorenzo from New Mexico. Holla at me, brother. 30 seconds or less.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. 30 seconds or less. Let's go.
Right on. No, I can see what old girl was saying just now, you know, but like Homeboy said earlier, you know, women use the vocal as a tool, you know, to get what they got. You know what I mean? I want this, and if you don't give it to them, then they kind of hold it back. I think women are beautiful, and then they should be praised, but at the same time, so should your man. Don't forget that we did whatever it took for us to get you, but at the same time, the love was there, everything was there. It's got to go both ways. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get what you get. You get what you give. And if there's love and communication through all of it, you won't ever have to worry about it.
Wow. Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. And he touched on something that's really big. And like I said before, when we had Dr. John Gray on, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, he said basic thing that a man can do that will tighten the bond or strengthen the bond with his woman is just listen to her. If you can listen to your woman 10 minutes a day without interruption, just let her talk about whatever she wants to talk about. That will raise her oxytocin levels, and that will increase the bond because she can feel like she can come to you without Listen, a big thing in communication that breaks communication down is our appraisal of each other's thought. Like if you come to me, that shit don't make no sense. That was dumb. Or you see what I'm saying? If you do that, then that closes the person off with regards to sharing, with regards to disclosing. Like that didn't make any sense. Or you have a judgment, or you place a value on what they say as good or bad, right or wrong. They might not want to talk to you. So you give her 10 minutes of, non-judgmental listening. And you give her the, go deeper. That's right. And then what did they say? And you give her that, and you're engaged and you're pulling her in, that creates a bond. But the flip side for women, the thing that will tighten your man's love, when I say tighten, it'll strengthen that love he has for you, and you become the greatest woman he has ever experienced, is appreciation. The moment you start devaluing his contribution, his presence, his being, what he is as a man, little things. Thank you for tightening that light bulb, babe. He feels like light bulb superhero. I am the master of the lights. It makes him, hey, well, damn. Babe, you made oatmeal tonight. I put my special recipe in it as well. Nutmeg, cinnamon, brown sugar, just for you. Smart balance, not real butter. I know about your cholesterol. If you can make him feel good about simple things, he's off the charts. Testosterone level through the roof. And guess what Dr. John Gray said about testosterone levels? If you nagging him, if you getting at him real tough, complaining, emasculating him, testosterone levels drop. Right? When testosterone levels drops in men, guess what happens? We don't think clearly. We're argumentative. Anger issues, all kind of stuff happens. It's like a balancer for us. But guess what makes it rise? Ladies, cheating. Because there's the chase. There's new booty, new interest, new emergency. There is a mission I must go on. And when it's new, there's some level of appreciation. Hey, you chasing me? Yes, I am. We become Pepe Le Pew. We're right after you now. I'm just saying, just a little something for you to think about. 855-369-9898. 100 points of view, caller appreciation Thursdays. Tell them all Thursdays. I got to take a quick break. I'll be back in a second. I'm coming back to all my callers. Let's do it. See you in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, ZoMetheus Rising. That was the legendary Richard Pryor. God, man, I miss that guy. Greatest comedian of all time, hands down, bar none. I'm sorry. That's just my personal preference. We're having a great time. The 100 points of view, caller appreciation Thursdays, tell them off Thursday. I want you to tell me whatever's on your mind. We've been throwing out questions, and the feedback has been incredible. We also have a lot of Twitter feedback. At Spirit Driven tells us, we all know you want your penis sucked on, so stop asking. I'm going to ask until my daily ritual has been fulfilled. 855-369-9898. Todd, Illinois, let's go.
Oh man, that's funny. Zoe, big fan. One thing that you said, the value of how women speak to men goes both ways, and men to women. Mm-hmm. I believe that two things will help women out to keep a man from cheating. Number one thing that women have to remember: the value that they placed on the relationship with him determines everything. Like you said, if he can't do anything right but this or that, and you're just not telling him, then he doesn't feel valued. He's going to go somewhere else where he can feel a little value. Mm-hmm. Number two, communication. Mm-hmm. If he tells you something, believe him. A man will not say anything simply because he believes that you don't want to hear it. And if you don't want to hear it, that means it may affect him getting some loving down the road. So why not tell you what you want to hear? But that's not communication. Communication is the man is able to speak to the woman. He gets feedback, either good or bad, but it's accepted.
nothing for a week. That's the wrong way to go.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, and thank you for the call. What he's saying is, if a man tells the truth, women might be offended. I think what he's really saying is women can't handle the truth. Ladies, 855-369-9898. You have to come castrate him for that. That's what he was saying in a roundabout way, I believe. Lester from Memphis, talk to me. Lester dropped. Oh, sorry about that, Les. Mimi, Atlanta, talk to us. What's happening in Atlanta?
Hey, what's
happening? What uppers?
Hey, I'm calling to first tell Todd he is absolutely wrong. Women can handle the truth, and that's all men need to do is be honest, and maybe we wouldn't have an attitude and withhold sex from you guys if you tell us what's going on. Yes, communication is the key, but you have to effectively know how to communicate, Mr. Todd, with your significant other in order to get your point across.
Let me ask you, Mimi, were you dating Todd at any point? It sounds like this dude ran aground with you.
No, I was not dating Todd, but I know a couple of men who think they have to fabricate the truth. But then when the woman finds out the truth, she's mad. She's even more pissed off than she was before because you didn't tell her the truth. So, you know,
that's true.
I just think communication goes both ways. A famous psychologist, Albert Bandura, said we are social beings. So man, woman, child, we all have to relate to each other in some kind of way, and it's not all sexual. We communicate both verbally and non-verbally. And when I want something from my man, I know how to talk to him without my mouth. That's what I have to say about that.
Speak on it, Mimi. Well, that was great. Well, damn. More women should call in like that. I appreciate your call. It was enlightening. Nate from Indianapolis, 30 seconds or less. Let's get busy.
Hey, what's going on, man?
30 seconds or less. Let's go.
Hey, man, look, I agree and disagree with the last two callers. My thing is, my biggest pet peeve is support. Women support your man. Me, I'm a soldier in the United States military. I deploy here and there and everywhere. I was married and divorced because my ex-wife believed that I'm in a third world country getting some booty when I'm dodging bullets, getting hurt, you know, being medevac everywhere.
Is there booty on the battlefield?
There can be, but it's dirty. It's nasty, so why?
It's dirty booty, right.
You know, I see booty like money. All booty ain't good booty.
Okay. All booty ain't good booty. That's the quote of the day. Thank you very much. I appreciate the call, brother. Todd has called back in response to Mimi from Atlanta. Talk to me, Todd, quickly. 30 seconds.
Oh, man. You know, you could hear the bitterness just dripping in her voice. Men can effectively communicate, but if you are not receptive, if you already have barriers inside your head on what you believe is the truth, instead of trying to shift and figure out what truly is a good middle ground for you to communicate on, then nothing the man says, nothing the man does, nothing that he could even communicate will permeate that blockage you put up in your ears. Men communicate very well. They tell you not only through their words, but through their actions what they want to do and expect from you. You have to be receptive to the communication, period.
Wow. Let the church say amen. Thank you very much for the call, Todd. I appreciate it. And he's making some good points. Men are not that complicated. This is what I want to do. Can we do it? Sometimes it's really that simple. D. Loke from New Mexico. Get at me. 30 seconds or less. Let's go.
Man's job is harder than the woman's job. They don't know. When we first get with the girl, we have to do everything to impress them because they got the punani. So we got to do everything. We got to get to it. Once you're married with it, you have to do 100 times more than that
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Doesn't matter what you do, the girl's always going to judge you. They ain't never going to respect you. I mean, they will respect you, but they ain't never going to give you appreciation for all the things that you do. They're still going to sit there and see what you're doing wrong. Wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
I love
put
it, man.
your flaws out there, and they ain't going to respect all the good things that you do. You can paint the house, you could do laundry, but still it ain't good enough.
Wow. Appreciate the call. Thanks, D-Loc. Mimi is back from ATL. Get active. Let's fight. Let's get him back.
Todd, I just want to let you know, no, I'm not bitter. I'm just a woman who knows how to articulate her feelings. That's why I am able to call on the radio twice and tell you how I feel. What I have to say to you is maybe you haven't met that right woman who can express herself to you.
Mimi, but wait, Mimi, maybe it's you. Can we get Todd back on the line and create a love connection?
No,
I think you guys have found each other.
No, I think Todd has found his match when it comes to expressing and telling others what needs to go on in the relationship. I think he's met his match. I don't think there should be a love connection, but I do think he's met his match because I am receptive to what others have to say in the relationship.
Well, thank you very much for the call. Thanks for getting back through because I don't know how you did it with all of these lines going crazy. John from Ohio, talk to me, man. Quickly, 30 seconds or less.
I love the show. I only got 30 seconds, so I'll make this quick. We could talk all night about the miscommunication between men and women. We are fundamentally different. You know what I mean? If it was meant to be, like, men would have relationships with men all the time, and women would have relationships with women. As we can't communicate the same because we're not the same. So I have a great relationship with my wife because she knows I'm a man, and men are just we're different. We're simple. Women are way more complicated than we are, and she understands that. So our relationship is great. A lot of women don't want to come to grips with men as we're just different from them.
Hey,
and
man,
they're different from us.
And you're right. And I appreciate the call. Thanks. Again, women are like a supercomputer that men only know how to get to the video game section on. We don't know how to get to the internet. We don't know how to do a lot of stuff. Just my final call is a female. You have 30 seconds, honey. Brittany from Texas. 30 seconds or less. Let's go.
Okay, let me go ahead and make this quick. It's not a communication issue. It's an issue when men think that once they tell you the truth, it's over for good. So they hold on to the truth until the truth has got so bad that you don't want to hear it anymore. Then it turns into a miscommunication because your mind is made up and everything after that is a lie.
Wow. Thanks for the call, Brittany. Appreciate it. Let me just say this was the greatest Open Line Thursday we've ever had. I appreciate it. May not have gotten to the 100 callers that we got to the last time, but that's okay. We got 3 or 4 pages full of callers through, so I appreciate everybody for calling. ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, has returned to the Foxhole. Follow me on Twitter at ZoWilliams. Follow me on Facebook. Join my Facebook page. I do questions all week long. The topics that I got set up for you guys this year is going to be crazy. So follow me, ZoWilliams.com. I appreciate y'all. We had a great time. See you next week. Peace.